Yeah,
Dừng của
yeah,
Hà Lan.
yeah, yeah. Thanks again for tuning in to Spectator Sports. Your boy Ronnie Lott, the sports jock, folks. I got talent with me once again.
Talents in the building, aka what I got from AK. Oh, I shot a 122 on a golf course just the other day. You know, let me just give you a little insight about that. Now, Golf Digest has most amateurs shooting around a 127, so I'm 5 shots under that, people. So right now I'm looking good to become a bogey golfer in probably about the next 3 months. So just want to give you a little insight on that, aka scratch golfer, but going to be in the building by the age of 35.
Get out of here, man. I give you another 10 years before you become a scratch golfer because your game is terrible, really. Just like your delivery. Let's go ahead and continue on Spectator Sport, folks. Let me tell you where to find us. Check us on YouTube at Spectator Sport, the #1. Check us on Facebook, Spectator Sport, facebook.com/Spectator Sport. Go ahead and like our fan page. Also, check us on Twitter at Spectator Sport, the #1. Check out our family at Holland Jungle, at FUK Josh, at Nando Chang 89. You know how we do it at Muscle Beats. It's your boy at Ronnie Lott. Let's keep it moving. It's been just a crazy week. I know it's been a lot going on in the news. Me personally, I try not to feed into the negativity and even want to listen to the news, but how could I not see the tragedy in Colorado, you know? I mean, 1 minute you at a movie premiere in the middle of the day, you know, you just relaxing, you know, you excited to see if Bane gonna be able to live up to what Joker did, and then you got this Joker, this fool, this idiot. I'm telling you, man, no trials, baby. No trials around here. No trials. What you think about the whole Colorado situation, Talent?
Yeah, that guy was freaking nuts. I mean, you can never. He was a smart kid too. He dropped out of school, I think a month or 2 months before that, and who knows? He just thought he was the Joker, I think. And like the guy, he was masked up, so he was ready for war. But then he goes in there, shoots up all these people. And then when the cops come, he just surrenders. So it's like, who knows what this guy was thinking? And then he booby-trapped his whole apartment. I don't even think they can get in there, like, as of right now. Like, they just stuck because they don't want to, if they open a door or window, the whole place might go. So the guy is obviously he's disturbed in some way, but you would never know it. I mean, they said he was a regular dude and he was just a real smart kid, and no one knows what happened to him. And I don't even know why this happened. He won't say anything to authorities right now. So it's very sick. I mean, I'm all for the death penalty. I don't know if that state has a death penalty. I don't think they do. But he's going to be able to live and eat while 12 people are dead with children. Was in the theater in the theater that day. So it's just sick and very crazy.
He should not be able to live for the things that he did. I mean, you know what? Let's start off with his legs. Somebody get me a cutlass. I'm gonna start out. We chopping every toe off. We chopping every finger off. We chopping off his nuts. We just going in on him because you know what? This is what he deserves. You know, you talked about this dude castrating the guys with the 46 kids. But you know what? When you go out there and you hurt 12 innocent people who had nothing, you don't even know these people, and you just fire into a crowd of people for what? You know, I mean, and then to hear the details when you talk about this guy dropped smoke bombs down the aisles, and so, you know, the people in the theater, they must have felt that this was maybe a prop, in some way a part of the whole Batman experience, you know, and to play on. You can't tell me you crazy and you this and that. That's too much intricate planning. You doing too much.
He's not crazy.
Nah, you can't tell me none of that.
Kid.
Yeah, you too smart. So if you want to be so smart, I'm gonna show you what we do with smart people in the hood. All right, let me deal with them. Let me show you what we do with them. Because if this was a Muslim country or one of these third world countries, I bet you he wouldn't have ran up in the movie theater then, because they would have ran up out the theater coming to get him. Because you know what? Stuff like that, you know what? People think, you know, I mean, you see events like this becoming more and more prevalent in the world that we live in, you know, and I'm having a conversation with a lot of the people I know, and their thoughts are like, wow, you know, they want to protect themselves. They want to walk around with weaponry. Why do we have to live in an environment where you gotta have weapons on you to feel safe? Like, I can't even go to a restaurant because I'm in fear that somebody might come through because they so smart. They want to just walk through and start gunning people up. And me, my family, whatever, and we just done because, you know, you just had a bad day. Nah, homie, it don't go down like that, especially not at spectator sport.
I don't even think he had it. I don't even think it was about him having a bad day. I think it was just more that the guy was just obviously he was living in this fictitious world where he can play the role of a villain or a bad guy. And to be honest with you, I think this is just the first of many of these incidents to start because the guy is sitting in the police station right now on mute. So I think there's more planning that's going to go behind what this guy's going on. Because like I said, they're saying this kid was very highly intelligent. So with all this that happened and him booby trapping his place and, you know, and he's just sitting in there, I'm thinking there's more to come because he thinks he's the Joker. And you know what the Joker did in The Dark Knight Rises? He set all that stuff into motion of this happened to blowing up the hospitals and the thing when the two fairies were putting them against each other. So he might be on some type of level like that where the guy is just disturbed. I mean, yes, I would take him out immediately. He's a threat. But you got to understand, America, even back in the day with the Wild Wild West when everyone was carrying guns and, you know, all this stuff was going on. I mean, this is how this place has always been. I mean, just because we try to enforce gun laws and, you know, things like that, but people always carried weapons in America. That's how people defended their families, and, you know, that's how it was. But just you got this instance where people are just too smart for their own good sometimes. So it's very unfortunate. He does need to be tortured and killed, but it's not going to happen.
I think we need to take him to Guantanamo Bay instead of sending back all the hard-working immigrants here who's helping this country, who's doing all the slave labor of this country, working for minimum wages. All those people that you send into Guantanamo that's getting, and that has been confirmed, that is getting tortured and terrorized in Guantanamo Bay, while you have this fool, this idiot, this jerk doing this type of things to people, and you telling me you ain't gonna zap them, you ain't gonna shock them? Come on, man, get out of here, man. You better do something about this.
They don't need to send him to Guantanamo Bay. They can torture him right over here just fine. Turn the chair upside down and start pouring water on his face with a towel over his head, and I'm pretty sure he'll give up all that information then.
Man, send him to overtime. I bet his behind start talking. Why don't we go plant him on the capital of First 48, send him in overtime, and we'll see what happens with all his smartness and all his AR-15, because you know everybody got a stick and day.
Shotguns and this guy, he had everything. The guy was. I told you, I think there's more to come. They need to watch every movie theater, hospitals, anything where there's a lot of people and it's populated, sporting events, because I'm telling you, this wasn't the only, I mean, just to go into just quiet silence, like I'm telling you, it's just like I think the guy thought he was Joker from Batman, so they need to, you know, have a lot of security, a lot of, you know, where things are going to be populated at.
Folks, thanks again for tuning in to Spectator Sports. Your boy Ronnie Lott, the Sport Jock. Let me tell you where to find us. You can find us on Twitter at Spectator Sport, the #1, at Ronnie Lott, at FUK Josh, at Holland Jungle. Just check out my boy Nando Chang at Nando Chang 89. So always look out for that. We got a lot of big things happening. I want to say congratulations to my boy at Muscle Beast for his new release of his mixtape, his first official mixtape. So we definitely want to say congratulations to him. I love the release. It was great. So let's go ahead and keep it moving. This is Spectator Sports. Your boy Ronnie Lott. Talent, say something, man. Let them know you still here.
Talent's in the building, man. Mr. 122, because I'm 122 on this golf course yesterday. So Mr. 122's in the building right now.
So what were you last month, Mr. 188?
Nah, last month what was I? Mr. 140. So, I mean, I'm taking strokes off the game. People slowly but surely, I'm getting it done. Trust me. I'll be a scratch golfer before you know it, and I'm going to qualify for the PGA. So then call me Mr. PGA coming to a city near you. I will be trying to qualify.
Then, so what links are you playing for? Are you playing from the girls' links?
No, I play from the pro tee, son. Don't come on. Don't do this to me. I have so much power. I mean, I drive with my 3-wood about almost 275. I mean, I don't know if you know anything about golf. If an amateur is taking 275 with his 3-wood, that's pretty impressive.
I promise you.
I promise you that, like Obama said.
I promise you that.
I do keep it straight. That's why I stopped. And what I did yesterday was I did not use my driver. And my playing partner, he thought it was crazy that I did not touch my driver not one time yesterday, because my driver, I'm like Adam Scott and Tiger Woods. Like, they obviously are pros and they can control it, but they have problems sometimes controlling the driver. I can't control it. I can hit it a mile, but I can't keep it straight, so that's why I didn't touch it yesterday.
Smart move, man. Smart move from a usually not too smart player, but you did a great move by not using that. Let's go ahead and talk about something else that's not too smart. What do you think about this whole Joe Pa statue coming down? You know what? And personally, before I let you go ahead and answer the question, don't you love that? You ask somebody a question and you answer it before you even give them a chance to answer it. Spectator sports, you gotta love it. That's what we do. Go ahead, Tal. You can answer it now.
All right. Well, people are going to probably be mad, and you got people on both sides of the fence here, but I don't believe the statue should come down. Now, did Joe Pa do some things wrong? Yes, he did, absolutely. If you want to prosecute him and try to throw him in jail, hey, that's your right, but the man's already gone. But taking the statue down does what? Does it stop all the molestation that happened? Like, does it prevent that? Does all that stuff go away? Do we forget about that? I mean, it doesn't really do anything, but I don't know. There's no statue there. It doesn't do anything. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why is it coming down. It doesn't symbolize, but it doesn't symbolize anything. What I see is symbolizing is history of Penn State football and all the good that he's done in that community. Yes, the guy did make a huge mistake of not, obviously turning Sandusky into the authorities, but does that discount all the great things and all the men that he led to, successful careers and graduated college coming from less, environments that's not so good? Does that just erase all that other stuff? No, it doesn't erase all that stuff. I mean, and that statue, symbolizes more than just football. I mean, he did so much more for that community. That's why you have a lot of people in the community that's upset about it, that the statue did have to come down, which I just think Penn State's doing that just because of social pressures. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, he did a lot of, and especially Penn State, how dare they even take that statue down, because he did a lot for that school and that program. Because if Joe Pa's not at Penn State would not be Penn State.
I mean, Joe Pa is Penn State, but at the same time, what happened in under Joe Pa's reign? Joe Pa was always a figure where people looked up to for a figure of integrity, a beacon of integrity. That's what Joe Pa was. And then you come to find out the beacon of integrity doesn't have much integrity because he cared more about his legacy than about the kids, the victims who are being raped under his watch.
I'm going to ask you one question. Is Joe Pa a human being?
Hey, man, I don't know.
Is Joe Pa a human being? Yes, he is. Because you know why he's a human being? He's a human being because he's dead right now. Joe Pa's a human being. He makes mistakes just like everyone else. No one who's asking for that statue to remain up is telling someone to condone what Joe Pa did. No one's saying that. No one's saying that he did the right thing or anything like that. But what I'm just trying to say is the statue is not going to solve, it's not going to do anything for the situation that occurred. I mean, the molestation already occurred. Now, if you want to prosecute Joe Pa for hindering prosecution, that's one thing. I'm fine with that. You can do the presidents and everybody. But like I said, that statue symbolized more than just football. You got to think about all the good he did in the community, the kids that he helped and took out of bad environments and sent them on to college, and they went to have successful careers and contribute to the community. He did all that, and a lot of people and these players, they look up to him and they loved him like a father. And like I said, he made a horrible, horrible, horrible decision of not reporting to the authorities. He shouldn't have reported to their president, or he did report it to somebody. He just reported it to the wrong people at that time. And people need to understand, Joe Pa is not Mike McQuarrie. Now, if there's a Mike McQuarrie statue sitting in front of Beaver Stadium, I would be 1,000% ready to take that statue down. Because you know why? Because people fail to realize this is the guy who actually physically seen Jerry Sandusky with the 10-year-old boy. Joe Pa did it. Mike McQuarrie is getting a pass. A 22-year-old, 6'4", red-headed, dumb bastard is getting a pass because of what reason? I have no idea. This is the guy who's seen Sandusky with the 10-year-old boy. And nobody wants to talk about McQuarrie for some reason. They just want to keep harping on Joe Pa. Why do you not want to talk about the guy who actually physically seen this happening? It's kind of crazy to me that, no one's concerning themselves with this man right now. But I don't think the statue should have came down. Joe Pa made a lot of mistakes with that whole handling of that whole situation. But I don't think that does anything for the victims that statue is being taken down at all.
I mean, I'll say this. I'm definitely going to differ from you in my opinion on this particular situation. I feel that Joe Pa, like I said, the imagery that is sent out to families and to parents and to everybody is that when you send your kids to Joe Paterno, they're going to graduate, graduation rates is high, you're going into a good environment. But as we see, and I don't want to just to speak so negatively on a person who did such good things in his life. And yes, he is entitled to a mistake, but at the same time, we can't continue to give him the same type of praise and accolades that people talk about when you associate Joe Paterno. No, I'm thinking about, like I said, the victims, man, because you know what? Joe Pa wasn't. He ain't think about the victims. And the report came out from an independent investigator on the whole situation. And it did find that Joe Pa did knew because of the first investigation that went on, in 98, I guess? So you telling me Joe Pa knew this was going on for, the span of, 20 years? And you telling me, dog, in 20 years, you never thought, like, damn, man, I know, you know what, man? I just can't sit back and let these kids continue. Let Sandusky, the tickle monster. You letting the tickle monster shower with the kids. That's not right.
I didn't read the report, but from what I've heard, as far as on the various news channels, initially when McQuarrie first, huh?
Because flies don't read.
No, I don't. I did not read the whole report. Who read the report? Did you read the report? Did you read the report? Did you read the report? Okay, I'm gonna take it as he didn't read the report. But like I said, from the news outlets, exactly, from the news outlets that I've heard from, the initial when McQuarrie took it to his father and his father took it to Joe Pa took it to the president. And the president at that time, they banned Sandusky from having children on the campus. So don't sit there. See, you're saying Joe Pa did not continue to let him have kids on the campus and have him molested on the campus. No, you got to understand. I did not. I understand that, but you just said, I'm just trying to get your facts straight, sir. You said that he allowed him to abuse kids on the campus. That did not happen.
Why did he have
that did not happen.
On campus still?
That's not what. No. He did not allow I just told you. They went to him and they told him he was not, because he denied it, obviously. They told him he's not allowed to have any kids on campus no longer. So don't say that he allowed him to abuse kids on campus, because he did not. But like I said, and as far as you just say is integrity and all this stuff goes with the universities, no one's innocent at any university. No coaches. Everyone has secrets. Everyone has skeletons in the closet. This one just happened to come and bite Joe Pa in the butt. But like I said, every coach, they can go ahead and preach what they want to the parents. They say what they want you to hear to get your kids there. But like I said, you don't never know what's going on behind closed doors, and these coaches are not the men that they set out to be most of the time.
Not. They all sharks, crooks. You know what? Like I said, the NFL is becoming the national felony league. And you know what? It starts out the way they're treated in college. You know, it's all about the money, big corporations, big money. We know. Speaking of the whole death penalty for Penn State, you know nothing's going to happen. They ain't giving no death penalty. Why? You could put the U in the death penalty. You could almost put the UM in the death penalty over nothing. But when it comes to a school like Penn State, nah, man, what you gonna give them 1 year, 1 year and take away a few scholarships, 1 year suspension from bowls and take away 10 scholarships. Wow, that teaches them a lesson. That should help the victims. Yeah, way to go.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you because I don't think anything should happen to the football program, period. Because at the end of the day, the NCAA, what happened to those children did not give Penn State an advantage, a competitive advantage on the football field. People might not want to hear that, but it's the truth. You know, I'm not going to have you punish innocent kids of a program and a new head coach and a whole new coaching staff. All these people who had part of the Sandusky thing was fired and removed. So you're telling me you need to punish people who's being brought into the situation and who's fresh and had nothing to do with that whole era with Joe Pa and his coaching staff. These are all new, fresh faces. All those coaches, those presidents, all those people are gone. So you're telling me you should render a death penalty to a program with kids and coaches that had nothing to do with the whole situation. It doesn't make any sense. People just are out for blood right now. If you want to prosecute the people who hindered the prosecution, that's one thing. But don't bring it to the football program because the football program, these players and these coaches had nothing to do with that. So you're out for blood. You're out for blood at the wrong people. You out for blood for innocent kids and coaches who had nothing to do with the whole.
I don't want no kids' blood. I don't want no kids' blood. This is what I want. The people who are responsible for allowing this type of like I said, this molestation of children over the course of so many years. For sitting back and allowing it to happen, we're going to take your money away. The only way you can hurt somebody is in the pockets. Your football team probably makes over $50 million a game. Stop the game.
Those people are not on those people are not even there anymore. So you need to go prosecute them individually.
The university. Make the university pay. Stop the game.
The university did what they're supposed to do. They fired the individuals that was involved. They fired the individuals that hindered the prosecution. Now you need to go out those individuals separately. But at the same time, that has nothing to do, the university has nothing to do with that no more. They fired those people. They removed them from their positions. So now that has nothing to do with the football team. It's time to move on. You can't come after the team, the program, because they had nothing to do with this. Not right.
All right, let's go ahead and go on to the next topic. It's Spectator Sports, your boy Ronnie Lott, the sports jock. I want to say big shout out to all the people down at Holland Jungle for making the show happen. We want to thank them for everything. Look out for the new Jessica Vox project coming out. She got that song, Honesty, man. It's killing me. I love it. I love that song, man. I got the kid, Nano Chang 89, to the left of me, man. I'm telling you, this kid is hot. He just dropped his new video, Despito. I don't know if you did see the video, right, Talent?
The video, yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's movie. These dudes are making movies. I love the talent, the creativity. You talking about the kid. It was shot out in Lima, Peru. So I know it's big budgets over there at Holland Jungle. So you know what, man? I know what comes after that, you know? So Tone Bizzle coming through. Thanks again, Spectator Sport. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. I know you was pretty happy to see Drew Brees getting paid. I know you wasn't here last week, but Drew Brees got paid. I know you was happy about that. You thought he deserved it though, Talent?
I mean, when a guy breaks Dan Marino's passing record and hasn't been done over 20 years, I mean, I guess he deserves that $40 million he's about to make next season. Wow. That $100 million that $100 million contract over 5 years. I mean, he deserves it. Look what he did. He brought that city a Super Bowl after the whole Katrina. That $40 million is nothing nothing compared to what they made off Drew Brees off the, after the Super Bowl and all that. After all he's done for that community, besides just for the team, just the community alone, putting them on his back and, going out to charity events and building up the community, that $40 million is just so not relevant to what they, what he really contribute to that team and also that community. I think it's well deserved. I mean, the numbers and the stats show it. He brought you a Super Bowl. I mean, I understand that there's salary cap issues that they were trying to work through, but they front loaded the contract with the $40 million, and I think he deserves it.
All right. Now, let me ask you this. This was a question, like I said, I posed previous. Now, do you think he deserves to be the highest paid player in the league?
His numbers, his statistics show, yes, he does. I mean,
statistically,
yeah.
He's just there, same level, and Brady got more championships. So why does
no? Well, I'm talking about. Did you just see what he just did as far as the passing record? He broke a 20-year-old passing record that Tom Brady had multiple shots at and he did not do. So I can't argue with anyone to say. They don't throw more. That's the thing. They don't throw more than the Patriots. The Patriots have no running game to speak of. Neither one of the teams have running game to speak of. But if you want to say, I can make an argument that he deserves to be the highest paid player in the NFL, to be honest with you, because he's one of the, and he's a quarterback. He's the most valuable. If you take, let me tell you why. Time out for a minute. Let me just tell you why. When you took Tom Brady away from the Patriots, they went 10-6. You take Drew Brees away from the Saints, they go 5-11. That's why you can't make the case for Tom Brady, because I always feel like it's more Belichick than Brady, to me personally.
He's a great coach, but he ain't on the field.
It doesn't matter. So 10-6. So when Tom Brady got his ACL injury and the New England Patriots still went 10-6, what? Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. But you take Drew Brees. But you take Drew Brees away from the Saints, what do you get? You do not get a 10-6 football team.
Sure you don't.
Exactly. So right there, I'm showing you right there that who's more valuable to their team.
Because that argument only shows me that
Sean Payton's not a good choice. They won a Super Bowl. How can you tell me that they don't have good coaching and they won a Super Bowl? So what are you telling me? I'm answering your question. Your question was, does Tom Brady, does Drew Brees deserve to make more than Tom Brady? I said yes, because he's more valuable to his team than Tom Brady. Because you take Tom Brady away from that team, they still will have a successful record due to Bill Belichick and that coaching staff.
So who's the best quarterback in the NFL, talent?
I have to go with Aaron Rodgers right now.
Thank you. So shouldn't Aaron Rodgers be the highest paid player?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't believe that. Because I tell you that, I say that, the reason why I say that is this. Because if you take Aaron Rodgers off you take Aaron Rodgers off the Packers, you see what happened with Matt Flynn last year. They still do for over 450 yards, and Matt Flynn do for 4 touchdowns. He is more valuable than Aaron Rodgers to his team. That's why I'm trying to sit here and tell you. These other guys that you're mentioning, well, I understand that I said Rodgers is better, but he's not as valuable to his team as Drew Brees is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They still going to have a successful records with the Packers if you don't have Aaron Rodgers on that team. That's what I'm telling you. He's more valuable, Drew Brees. Is he a better quarterback? No, I'm not going to say that, because at the end of the day, we're talking about throwing arm strength and accuracy and, things like that, anticipation. I'm going to give the edge to Aaron Rodgers a little bit due to the arm strength, not so much the accuracy. I think they're both about the same. They're accurate. It's about the same. But yeah, exactly. Yeah, he can move better than he can get out of the pocket. So that's why I'm going to give the edge to Rodgers there. But as far as being valuable to that team, I got to give that to Drew Brees, because if you take him off that team, they're going to be 5-11.
Well, they're going to be 5-11 this year with him on the team. So what'd you say then?
I don't agree with that.
5-11 team.
I don't agree with that.
Making $40 million.
I don't agree with that.
You just throwing away money, saying.
I don't agree with that. So you say they're going to be 5-11, but are they going to be 5-11? No, because we don't know that. They haven't played it down yet.
You think they're going to make the playoffs?
Yes, why not?
No coach. Why would you be?
What do you mean, no coach? They have players, don't they?
So you would just tell me
Sean Payton, listen to me. Sean Payton
is a good coach.
Sean Payton is a good coach, but they do also have an offensive coordinator who he calls plays with, and that guy's still going to be there. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a drop-off.
I think it's going to be a major drop-off because, like I said, Sean Payton, as a coach, a lot of decisions where in coaching, it's about decision-making. And anybody can make decisions, but you know what? When you have a coach that's willing to take different risks, whereas if you got an interim coach or a coordinator where, you know what, you want to be conservative and you're not going to be as – but Sean Payton don't have to answer to nobody. So his aggressiveness, the things that he allowed to be done, I mean, that says a lot for his impact on that team. Sean Payton switched that whole team around when he came on. So you got to give Sean Payton –
Well, obviously with Drew Brees there, because if he doesn't have Drew Brees there, that team is still going to be a bunch of scrubs. I mean, you see what their quarterback situation before Drew Brees got there, and then when he got there, you see what happened. Sean Payton was a major part of that too, but if you don't have the players, you're not going to win any games. So, I mean, unless you're Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots, Matt Castle, big contract, after the 10-6 year, they work that type of magic.
Speaking of the National Felony League, Des Bryant was recently arrested.
Hey, sorry, time for a minute. I don't appreciate you saying that. So can we go ahead and say back to the National Football League? Because I take offense to that. I take offense to that.
What's wrong with these fools on the football field? I guess you're taking too much hits to the head. Because I tell you this, if I go on NFL.com or ESPN.com, whatever the .coms that you use to get your football knowledge, first thing you see is drunken arrest. Let me go down the list for you just so you can see how I feel. Lions cornerback Barry arrested in PA, hometown again. Romo sticking by Trouble Bryant. Okay, let's keep going down. Kenny Britt arrested for DWI, driving while intoxicated. Stop burning.
Listen, let me just tell you something. Those are not felonies, though, so I just want to let you point that out to you. None of those are, what you just named, none of those are felonies. They're all misdemeanors.
Marshawn Lynch apologizes after a DUI arrest.
But after you see this, the timeout, because you're going overboard here, sir. Because at the end of the day, all that you're bringing up is driving under the influence of DUIs, people driving drunk, making bad decisions. They're not going out there robbing people, killing people. Those are felonies. These guys are not doing this. They're going out, having a good time. Everyone does it. You do it yourself. I do it. Cortex does it. Everyone do it. We go out, we drink, we have a good time, and we drive home. That's what we do. And just because they're athletes, you put them on a pedestal. Listen to me. Stop playing. Stop putting NFL players on a pedestal. We all do what they do. We all go out, we drink, and then we drive home when we're under the influence. You do it. We all do it. The cops who arrested them, they do it too. So stop being hypocrites. Let them drive home under the influence. And, I mean, as long as they're not too drunk.
Just kill everybody else on the road because they're NFL.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. It's misdemeanors, not felonies.
The National Misdemeanor League.
Well, that don't make any sense because
so it's the National Felony League.
But it's not felonies. All those charges that you're naming are not felonies. They're misdemeanors.
Man, y'all gotta settle down. Y'all get this money and lose control, man.
They're not really losing control, though. What are you talking about?
Beating up his mother.
Do you know the situation? You just heard a 911 call.
Okay, the 911 call.
So I don't know the situation. How can I speak on it if I don't know the situation?
He's hitting her upside the head, and he ripped up.
How you know? Time out.
What child are you?
How you know she didn't hit him with an iron? How you know he hit him with an iron?
Piece of crap.
Let me ask you a question. How you know she didn't hit that man with an iron and he was defending himself?
Man, Des Bryant, man, I'll tell you this, man. Any person that hits their mother is a piece of crap to me. That's how I say it. I call it how I see it. Anywhere I see you, you're a piece of crap because you beat your mama. That's all I'm saying, man. If you was fighting your brother...
I'm pretty sure he doesn't beat his mother, dude. Calm down. He doesn't beat his mother.
If you was fighting your brother and you accidentally touch your mother, I can understand it. But allegedly, if you're the one beating your mom, like the 911 call says, man, you got a problem, Des.
I mean, first of all, this is the first occurrence between Des Bryant and his mother ever, something like this ever even occurred or came up. So we don't even know what really happened. Yes, the 911 call does sound really bad, but who knows if she wasn't just making that stuff up to get the authorities to come to get him out of the house. I knew that she wanted him out of the house, so maybe that's why she called the cops and said he was doing this and he was doing that just to get him out of there. So you don't know all the facts. So can we hold back off the judgment right now?
You know what, Dez? I take it back, man. I'm going to hold back my judgment a little bit. I don't know the facts, but at the same time, this is how I feel about people beating their mothers. Anybody, I'm not saying that you did, Dez. If you out there, I'm not saying that you did it. But if you did, if you even thought about it, or if it was, you know, you and you're angry. I know, you know, sometimes you fighting and your anger is so misplaced and, you know, somebody comes across your path and try to stop you, you might hit that person who's trying to stop it. I understand. Situations happen. But, dude, you came from that womb, man. That's your old earth. That's where you came from, man. You got to understand that you wouldn't be here to be out here running routes, to be out here acting like a damn a prima donna receiver. You wouldn't be that if she wasn't here, man. She put you here. You a fool still, man. I call it how I see it. Spectator sport.
Well, I can go ahead and let me just say something here. If I'm Des Bryant, what he really needs to do, he needs to get away from his family. Like, when he was at Oklahoma State, he never had no issues at Oklahoma State. I mean, he didn't have no arrest issues, any other stuff like the mall incidents, walk around the mall with his pants sagging. All this stuff that's happening to him now is because he's around his family too much. He needs to get away from them, and they need to separate themselves, especially when it comes to, you know, during the season, because it's an issue when he's around them. There's always something going on, especially with his friends as well. I mean, I don't know why these problems were not at Oklahoma State, but all of a sudden they're popping up now because his family and his friends are around him too much. He needs to put some distance between them from right now and just focus on football so he can stay out of the spotlight, because he needs to worry about staying healthy, being on the field, and being a productive receiver, which the Cowboys know he can be, and that's why they drafted him.
I mean, he's definitely a great player, but you know what? When it comes to a situation like that, football takes a back seat in my mind personally. I know it doesn't in the talent's mind. Football is life for him, and it comes first and foremost above anything, above helpless victims that are being raped, above mothers that are being beaten, above people riding home from work. So Tyler can let his national felonious league of jerks ride around drunk and kill whoever they want. Nah, man, it don't go down like. Don't you remember what happened on South Beach, like 3 years ago? What's the receiver name that used to play for the Saints? Dante Stallworth. When he hit the man crossing the street, coming home from South Beach, slightly drunk. What you did? You killed somebody. You took somebody's life because you drove drunk, Dante Stallworth. Go ask Dante Stallworth how it feel. He'll tell you. I know he regretted it. I'm not trying to call him out or act like it was his, you know what? It's an accident. It happened. It's an accident. But at the same time, man, without alcohols to incite situation like these,
first of all, I'm going to just go ahead and just say everything you just said. I'm going to go ahead and dispute because I don't feel that way about any of these subjects. But at the end of the day, the Dante Stallworth situation he was intoxicated, not to the point where he was swerving all over the road. The guy. If you ever was on that bridge coming across off of South Beach, coming off that big bridge, it is dark. And when you're not in the crosswalk and you run in front of someone's car and you get hit, I understand that person was under the influence, but you can't just be running in front of people's cars. And especially, yes, alcohol does not make this, it doesn't do anything to improve the situation on the driver, but at the same time, No, you can't. No. You're not going to stop me. No, because I can't. No, it has nothing to do with the victim. I'm just saying. Everyone, at the end of the day, because I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I've drove home. Listen to me. First of all, don't sit here and be a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. And say that you never drove home under the influence, because I have. So I'm not going to sit there and say, well, he was wrong for doing this when I've done this on so many occasions. I was just driving and drinking last night. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, these guys, condemn these guys, condemn these guys. I'm not gonna condemn. Time out. I'm not gonna condemn people when I do these things. I'm not gonna condemn these players for the things that they do. I drive home. I drove under the influence before, and at the same time, just because they're football players, you try to put them on some pedestal where they don't deserve to be on. They're human beings. Yes, you are, because that's what you're doing. You're trying to put them on a pedestal where they're doing this. You're embarrassing us. No, everyone who drives under the influence embarrasses human beings, period. Yes. I'm an embarrassment. I fell asleep at red lights because I was drunk. Green lights.
Talent, you are an embarrassment in spectator sport. We don't condone drinking and driving. You know what? We stand for Mad Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. We stand for organizations like this because you know why? Like I said, I'm the voice of the victims, folks. Yeah, Ronnie Lott, the sports job, the voice of the victims. I'm the voice of the victims, baby.
He is full of BS, so we go ahead and move along.
Let's go ahead and talk about we will talk about the British Open. Since Talent likes to talk golf.
Oh, my gosh.
He's almost a scratch golfer. He wants to talk some golf.
I'm going to be a scratch golfer.
We're going to let this fool talk about golf.
A.K.A. Mr. 122 is in the building right now.
Okay, Mr. 188. What do you thought about Scott blowing his 4-shot lead?
Scott, now, I can't use the terms, and it really hurts. I mean, just watching him. No, but watching him, he had control the second day. Saturday, he played magnificent. I mean, he was hitting his fairways. He was taking that drive out, smashing it 350. He had the edge because he outdrove the whole field the whole weekend. He had the edge, and you just seen how he was dominating. But the reason why he was dominating the way that he was dominating because the wind was not a factor. The weather was not a factor like it usually is in a lot of British Opens. Now, the 4-shot lead that he blew today, I mean, the back nine killed him. He had, of the 4 of the last 5 holes, he bogeyed. And Ernie Els was he was coming up parring, and he had a couple birdies on 18. He had the important birdie to get him at 7 under, which won him the championship. Now, Scott, I don't think he really blew it. I just think that his putts, you just can't do nothing with your putts when they're rimming out of the hole and they're missing the hole by just an inch. I don't think it really was him blowing it because he did not try to play like he was playing to protect his lead he was still being fairly aggressive and, playing this game. It's just, his putting game was just off by an inch, and that's what it took for him to lose this major, was missing those putts by an inch. He had a chance on the 18th hole to force the playoff, but he missed the putt by an inch. Like, it just, the ball just, it took to the left just a little bit and, missed the hole. And right there, Ernie Els blew the playoff. I think the only hole that he regretted, he said, was on the 17th. Because he took the 3-wood out, which I don't think he should have used the 3-wood because the hole was on. There was a par 4 and it was only 362 to go. I think the 3-wood at that point in time shouldn't have been used because he can drive it, but sometimes he has control issues. So I think he should have went to his iron and probably should have used a 6 or a 7. Or even a 3 or a 2 to get it, at least, because he can use the 3-iron to get it at least 200 yards, folks. So I think he should have used the 3-iron or a 6 or a 7 at that point in time and not be so aggressive on the 17th because it cost him because he bogeyed that hole. And because he went into one of the bunkers off the tee shot. And that cost him right there majorly. So I think that's the only hole that he really played bad the whole day. The rest of those holes, he played them well. The putting was just off by inches today.
I definitely agree with you on that, Talon. Let's go ahead and go down the leaderboard a bit. As you know, Ernie Els was able to pull off he won his 2nd claret jug, and that is the name of the trophy that you receive for winning the British Open. So he won his 2nd claret jug. You have Adam Scott, the choker, with 6 under.
How you gonna call the man a choker? Come on.
Because you blew a 4 on the back 9. You blow a 4-shot lead on the back 9. So, I mean, come on. That's what you did. You are a choker. If Tiger would have did it, we would have said he choked. Adam Scott, you had that tournament. You had that tournament locked.
Because the thing about it is, though, let me tell you why.
And if you fall
let me tell you what my problem with that statement is. Let me tell you what my problem with my statement is. Because people who didn't watch the actual weekend, the tournament this weekend, are going to say that he choked. But if you actually watched it, he did not choke. He didn't choke, and not even at least the slightest bit. He stayed aggressive. He did not play, he didn't play like he was scared or to protect the lead. The putts were, I'm talking about literally inches that he missed these putts by that were pars that turned into bogeys. I don't feel that he choked on that. I guess if you didn't watch the tournament this weekend, you're gonna say he choked because you see that he blew the 4-shot lead. But like I say,
you gotta be disappointed if you're Adam Scott.
Oh no, absolutely, absolutely, he's disappointed. Anybody's gonna be disappointed. You lose a 4-shot lead.
$800,000. The winner got 1.4. Adam Scott got $800,000, a little bit more than $800,000. So you telling me
that's not where they make their money at anyway, so that doesn't matter.
You blew a lot of money on that one, man, and even apart from blowing that, you here for it's all about majors. You get certain opportunities to win majors. That was your major, Adam Scott. And you blew it. You let Ernie Els come and run you down? Come on, man.
Yeah, but I think we're going to be seeing Adam Scott.
Definitely.
He's going to be up there in a lot of tournaments and a lot of opens and a lot of majors. I'm telling you that right now because he has Tiger's game of when Tiger was, in his prime, really winning all those majors because he can outdrive everybody. He has such an advantage on, off the tee. It's just ridiculous. So I'm not saying he's going to be Tiger Woods and wins 14 majors, but trust me, he's going to get a couple majors, under his belt before, his time. And golfers have a long time, so their career spans are very long. So.
All right, I definitely agree with you with that. Like I said, he's a young guy. I expect him to have many more majors. But like you say, opportunity. You always got to seize the moment. Carpe diem, Adam Scott. And if you don't know what that means, read a book, Flies. Let's go ahead.
I don't know what that means, so yeah, I guess I got to go read a book.
Seize the moment, talent, seize it. Come on.
Man, is that English? That's what you should have said in English then. Why you said it in the Carpe diem, whatever that means. All that sounds like mumbo jumbo.
Folks, I apologize. You know what? I got to deal with the talent. The kid's talented, but you know what? Sometimes he just don't want to read. He want to just have somebody. People
me. It's not that I don't want to read. It's just I fall asleep when I read. So it's not. It's a disability, I guess you would say. I should get paid for this by the government. That's why I had such a hard time in school studying because I used to read for 5 minutes and then I'll be falling asleep. I was like, okay, I can't do this because I'm gonna fall asleep. So I don't hate reading. I just don't enjoy it.
Terrible, man. Let's go ahead and talk about something else. Like I said, let me tell you where to find us. It's Spectator Sport. It's your boy, Ronnie Lott, the Sport Jock. You can check me on Twitter, at Ronnie Lott. Check the show out, at Spectator Sport, the #1 on Twitter, at Holland Jungle, at FUK Josh to the left of me. And you know where to find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Spectator Sport. You can go ahead and like our fan page. It's definitely there also. And look out for, like I said, projects from a few artists that we're very fond of. Going back to the kid Nano Chang, 89, the kid Nano Chang. We're looking for big things from this kid. I know his project's just about done wrapping up. So I'm expecting a lot of big things from him. What do you think about that, talent?
Well, the talented artists from Holland Jungle, everyone has their own style. They're all doing a good job making their music, doing what they love. I listen to all the artists, and they're all talented. They all got something to give, so they gotta just keep it up, keep the hard work up.
Definitely. I definitely agree with you on that one. Like I said, it's all about hard work. It's all about increasing. It's all about the grind. Let's talk about somebody else getting paid for the hard work. Jeremy Lin, I guess he's a Rocket now. He's officially a Rocket. How you feel about that whole Jeremy Lin situation with him leaving the Knicks and actually being with the Rockets and the Knicks signing Felton as opposed to Lin? How do you feel about that, talent?
I don't know. Right now I guess it's mixed emotions. I think they should have kept both Jeremy Lin and signed Raymond Felton and not signed Jason Kidd, because I think Lin is a good guard, but obviously he has things to work on. I mean, this is basically a rookie in the NBA this year. You know, he was cut from some other teams, and he got a shot. He only played 30 games. So if I'm the Knicks, I don't want to just fork up all that cash like the Rockets did, because he only played 30 games and he got hurt. I mean, he looked good in those 30 games, don't get me wrong, but NBA is an 82-game season. So I'm not – and you've seen it in some games versus the Heat, and it got to him a little bit. But like I said, I think that just comes with more experience. I just don't think – that just comes with more experience, I think, on Jeremy Lin's part. But I can understand they're tied up with all that money with Carmelo – Amari, and then you got what's the tall dude's name? Tyson Chandler. And if you then you want to give Lin, you have to match that $13.6 million in the third year. That was going to put them at a luxury tax of $50 million plus the salary that they already had to pay. So I don't know if a guy who only played 30 games is worth that much money. I mean, Raymond Felton did them when he was there with D'Antoni. People are sleeping. Yeah, I think it is too, because he can play. Business-wise, not because they're gonna lose money, lose a little fan base with the Asian community. Yeah, I understand that, but those games, winning cures all that. If the New York Knicks next year are in the 4th or 3rd seed, I think all that Jeremy Lin, they'll just go ahead and go away. But Raymond Felton, basketball-wise, is a great move, and you got people out there, these so-called experts, these people, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but these people are saying, oh, Raymond Felton's just an above-average player, blah, blah, blah. No, Raymond Felton can play in this league. He can score, he can dish it, and he's more athletic than Jeremy Lin. So, I mean, I think the Raymond Felton move, it was great. And you're not going to pay what you had to pay Lin and endure that $50 million hit on the luxury tax in year 3. I can understand why the Knicks did that. I mean, I would love to keep Jeremy Lin because I think he's going to be a good guard in the NBA, but not at the cost of, having to pay a $50 million luxury tax, and when you don't feel that Raymond Felton is that big of a drop-off to Jeremy, or even is equal to Jeremy Lin, it's just, come on. I think it was a good move for the Knicks. I can understand why they did it.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about Dwight Howard. Like I said, he's been in the news a lot ad nauseum, like we talked about previous. Dwight Howard, this whole situation, now he's ready to sign an extension with LA. So the LA deal look like it's basically in the works, like he's going to be going to LA. What do you think about that situation? And wow, that makes them a monster. Now, do you think that makes them the top seed? Well, you go ahead to the first question.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I want to just go ahead and let you know. I don't think that he's ready to sign the deal, because I think he's saying he wants to sign an extension. He will sign it with them, but Andrew Bynum has to agree to sign an extension with the Cavaliers because it's a three-team trade. But I don't know if it's going to happen because Bynum does not want to go to the Cavaliers, trust me. So I don't think it's going to happen. But if Dwight Howard does go to L.A., I still think I have OKC number 1 in the West.
You still take OKC over?
Yes, I'll put L.A. number 2, but just with Westbrook and Durant, and then you have Ibaka, and then you got Harden coming back this year. I still think that the Thunder have a lot of firepower. Trust me, it'll go 7 games if they meet in the Western Conference Finals, but I think I'm going to still give the edge to KD in the OKC Thunder, because at the end of the day, I think Ibaka and Howard's athleticism pretty much cancel each other out. And, Howard, this offensive game is just dunk, dunk, dunk. It's really he's not got this brand of post moves.
You got Steve Nash to really take advantage of his dunk.
Let me ask you a question. So if I tell Russell Westbrook to play defense of Steve Nash, I don't think it's going to be too much of those lobs because Westbrook, when he plays D, he gets after it. He's very young and athletic.
He can play defense, but what I'll say is this. In the NBA, when a point guard of a Steve Nash's nature has the ball, this dude's coming off like triple screens. He knows how to run a pick and roll. So you talking about all you got to do is set up a pick for him. And then you got Steve Nash where off the pick, you got Dwight rolling and you got Steve Nash where he could either spot up and take the shot, he could penetrate. You got Kobe who's an excellent spot up shooter, and you talking about that's.
But let me tell you something. How did OKC slow down the San Antonio's pick and roll? The switching and the athleticism. And this is what I'm going to tell you. This is what's going to be their Achilles heel when they play OKC again. It's going to be the athleticism. Can you match the athleticism?
And I still think Dwight Howard dominates their bigs. Even Ibaka
I don't think he does.
Neutralized by Bosh. Bosh neutralized Ibaka completely.
Nah.
You're telling me Dwight Howard can't do it?
No, Dwight Howard doesn't have a jumper. No, Chris Bosh took them out the paint. Dwight Howard is not going to take anybody out the paint. I think Ibaka and Howard's athleticism, I'm telling you, it cancels each other out. Obviously, Howard's going to be able to grab boards, contribute, and dominate all those other teams. But when we talk about coming down to a 7-game series, I'm going to give that edge to OKC because I don't think Dwight Howard's going to have enough in the post to take them over the top. Now, if Kobe can come through and hit some game winners, but you still have no one to match up with Kevin Durant. You still have no one to match up with Russell Westbrook. It's just you're going to have those same problems, have the same issues. But if Howard does sign that extension and he gets traded to the Lakers, I think that automatically puts him above San Antonio at least.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that. Like I said, San Antonio is an aging team, so the Lakers, they'll definitely be a lot better than that particular team. Let's talk about Kobe's comments. We spoke about it a bit earlier. Talked about Kobe, just speaking of how their version of the Dream Team would definitely give the other Dream Team a run. Let's talk about players you think that would have made that team from this current Dream Team.
I mean, obviously you're going to go with LeBron.
Is he a starter?
Yeah, LeBron's a starter. I think you put Magic on the bench.
Okay.
You go with LeBron, you go with Kevin Durant. I think you can even take Kevin Durant. I think Durant. Yes, I think Durant's even a start on that Dream Team because I think I would replace Pippen. Yeah, I think I'll replace Scottie Pippen with Durant because he's so. I mean, the only thing Pippen has over Durant, obviously, is that he's a better defender. Yeah. But if we're talking about the offensive arsenal, they're not even in the same atmosphere. So we're gonna go ahead and
6'11", all that.
And you pull from 30 anytime you want, and he can get to the basket, he can drive. He just has to put a little bit of weight on, but I don't think that's an issue. I think you could put him in front of Pippen, and you put LeBron in front of Magic, and you can probably even take Chris Paul or I probably can even say Darren Williams in front of John Stockton. Because let me tell you why. I like the athleticism of a Paul and a Darren over John Stockton, a 5'10" guy who wears his shorts some days. He was not 6'. Oh, BS. I'm sorry. No disrespect. No disrespect. Listen to me. No disrespect.
He's a short white guy.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to take the more athletic guards that can pass it and both can shoot it over John Stockton.
Man, this ain't Rucker Park. This is the NBA.
So let me tell you something.
I gotta go with the agent.
So let me go ahead and so at that point in time, those two, well, 3, even the guards, I'm taking that. A lot of people. I'm not losing my mind. Listen to me. It's not Chris Paul's Rucker Park guard.
This is the NBA.
Have you watched Chris Paul play basketball? Where do you see Rucker Park?
Is a great player. I think Chris Paul.
So what do you see Rucker Park on Chris Paul?
Darren Williams.
Darren Williams, I think. No. Darren Williams. No. I think I would take it. I would like to take athleticism, a guy who can shoot it, defend better, who's faster and quicker, and who's taller than John Stockton. I'm sorry. I'd rather take that any day. And the only people that I think safe on the dream team is the big men and Michael Jordan. That's it. Everyone else is fair game. I'm sorry.
So you think this dream team beats the original dream team? With that being said,
7-game series. I give it to the dream team because the reason why I give it to the dream team is because they're gonna punish them down low. They're gonna play the game smart. They're gonna play it right. They're gonna abuse them down low, and then I don't think no one on this team can stick Jordan at the end of the day. That's what it's about. No one's sticking that mid-range game that was so lethal that caused Hall of Famers. Listen to me. That caused Hall of Fame players not to get championship rings. You're not stopping that lethal mid-range game of Michael Jordan. Plus, with the down low, the pounding, it's just going to be too much. I think in the 7-game series, I think the dream team gets them. But if you add Dwight Howard, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and Derrick Rose to this team, which they should be if they were not injured. Oh, golly. I think I'm going to go buzzer beater. Team USA. No, I'm not going to go LeBron hits a buzzer. I don't think LeBron hits a buzzer beater. I think the Mamba has to take the ball because he's the one who he issued the challenge and he has hit the game winner in a 7-game series, final game. I'm going the Mamba to hit the shot. I don't know. No, it'll be Pippen. It'll be Pippen guarding.
How do you feel about Mamba's whole new look? Do you have a problem with his whole goatee thing going on? He looking like an 80s porn star. How do you feel about the whole look the Mamba got?
Come on, dude. I could care less about how Kobe Bryant looks. I mean, that's not what I'm not into judging guys, so I'm really not into judging guys. So, I mean, Mamba, do your thing with your goatee. I got one, too. Do your thing. I mean, you're part of the club now.
All right, folks. We got to get your boy H on the horn. So let's go ahead and talk a little boxing. Let me see if I can get him in the building. Once we get H in the building, before we do that, go ahead and tell me. So now, Derrick Rose. Do you think Derrick Rose could have started on that team? Do you think Derrick Rose would have started on that team, Talent?
I mean, not to run a point guard because John Stockton obviously would be a better point guard than Rose at this point in time in his career because Rose is everything for the Bulls right now. He drives it, shoots it. I mean, he's not really he's not a distributor like John Stockton but you need a point guard on that team to run the point. I feel Darren Williams and Chris Paul can be that for team, the dream team, but I do not believe that Derrick Rose would be that player.
H, what's going on, folks? It's Spectator Sports. Your boy Ronnie Lott, the sports job. I got H on the horn. What's going on, H?
What's going on, man? Chilling. What's up, man?
All right, let's go ahead and talk a little boxing. We got to have the 305 in the building to talk boxing.
The gambling junkie himself.
Hey, man, shame on you, Talent. Have some respect for H. What do you thought about the fight last night, man?
Talking about with Adrian Barner?
Yeah, Broner.
Yeah, he like, I ain't gonna lie to me, the kid nice, man, but he like a Mayweather Jr., man. He copied the whole style of Mayweather, man. The whole fucking style, the way he fight, the way he acting, it's just like another Mayweather Jr., man. I don't like that part, but overall, the dude is a hell of a boxer, man, even though he didn't make the weight, but hey.
Yeah, I had some issues with the weight, with the whole weight.
What it is.
Yeah, I had some issues with the weight too, him not making that weight. But he's going up to 135. I mean, it was a good little knockout. His opponent didn't seem like he had much fighting him anyway. So, I mean, it's a good little win. How you felt about him brushing his hair before the fight?
That's when I go back there. He trying to be like Pretty Boy Floyd, man. I don't like nobody there trying to copy, you know what I'm saying? Come with your own little style, man. I understand you're a hell of a fighter. You do this, you do that. You're undefeated. That's all fine and dandy. But damn, it seems like everything he's doing is like copying Floyd. You can't disagree with that, man.
Hey, man, he following the money, man. You can't be wrong. Follow the money.
What happened?
He's following the money trail. He following the money. You can't go wrong following the money.
I feel him, though, man. But he fighting busters, man. When he move over that weight class and start fighting some real people, then I get to him. He He got the gift now. I ain't gonna deny that. He got the gift.
I want to see if he got a chin. That's what I want to really see. What we gonna see, because you know you're gonna have a few exciting fights coming up. Who you want to see him fight?
To be honest, man, he named a couple of three that I would like to see him fight, though, man. Like they said last night, man, either one of them three would have been a good one, man. But I thought, buddy, I forgot the dude's name. What his name was when he fought Esteban Esteveda?
Yeah, Esteban Esteveda, yes.
I thought he was gonna come with a little better fight than that, man. I don't know what the fuck happened to that cracker, man. He just got whooped up, man.
I mean,
people, man, because he's fighting busters, man. But I like the kid. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna never bet against him, but I'm just saying.
Okay, I can.
Person, man, don't copy Floyd, man. We already know he the truth.
Okay, I understand that you're the 305 king, but can we go ahead and watch your language there, sir?
305, we need you to watch your language. You're killing me. You know this going on the internet, kid. This is a show, man. This is a family show. You can't be calling our agents. This is a family show, kid.
I thought it was satellite radio. What happened?
It is satellite radio, but you know, we still worry about the family, man. We do this for the kids.
Yeah, sponsors don't like when you call people out their names.
He's right here.
I'm right here.
He's in the background talk. I know you have a little issues hearing you. He say you need to keep it down a little bit, and he did call you excessive gambler. But we're not going to talk about that. Let me ask you this.
He said that, man. I'm just not leaving Carl. About to go to the Hard Rock.
Yeah, he's about to go gamble.
Well, exactly. That's his forte. That's what he does, people.
All right, let me ask you this now. Before we get you off now, who you want to see him fight next?
Damn, man.
What about Amir Khan? I'd like to see him go up to like 35, 40 fight Khan coming off a loss. I think that'd have been a good look.
Oh, which one?
Amir Khan.
He ain't gonna fight Amir Khan, man. You're not gonna fight Amir Khan, man. But that'll be a hell of a fight, boy. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight, man.
You know how I feel about Amir Khan. That'll be a hell of a fight right there.
I don't think Broner's ready, though. I don't think he's ready yet for that. I think Amir Khan's a little too aggressive. I think with Broner trying to be a pretty boy, that might, you know, you're going to be in a brawl. You got to be ready for that.
Exactly, and I ain't seen nobody ain't fought yet that had him in a brawl like that, man.
Exactly. See, Floyd can play around and get away with it, but I don't know if Broner going to be able to get away from those brawls. You know, eventually he's going to get touched. We got to see if he got a chin or not.
But what about the undercard, man? Your boy One-Time Thurman, man.
Oh, yeah. Be honest with you, man, we were at a party. I was a little bit intoxicated and inebriated, so I really ain't watching.
Did you drive home?
No, I did not drive home. Hey, man, this fool just told everybody in the world that he drove home drunk last night because I'm calling out the National Felony League for all these cats getting arrested.
I take offense to that, sir. I take offense to that.
Everybody getting arrested. It's all felons. So
They're all misdemeanors, though. The charges are all misdemeanor charges.
Why is Des Bryant beating up his mother, right? I mean, come on. Yeah, kid, it's out on the news now. Des Bryant, his mom's called 911. They got the 911 call. Des Bryant ripped off her clothes.
Hey, this is not the Update H show here.
Well, H, we got to get you off and spectator sport. We get back with you, man. Good luck gambling.
No problem, man.
Folks, please excuse the language of that excessive gambler. He is, he just it's going to his head. He doesn't know how to act civil on a podcast.
He's completely uncivil.
So go ahead and forgive his language.
Folks, we just about out of here. Spectator Sport. I want to say, have a great week to all the beautiful mothers out there. And folks, let me tell you guys what to expect. Look out for the show, man. It's on Facebook. We always posting it there. Like I said, on our Facebook page, we have a lot of great and exciting information. We're always giving out giveaways, man. You never know. You might just get a Holland Jungle track. You never know what we're going to give away on our Facebook page. You might get a date with the talent, ladies. So look out.
I can't do that, sir.
Ladies, he's 6'2". About 6'1", 260. The kid's ripped. He's down to 230. He's ripped. He got the bald head going. He got the Kobe. So, I mean, if you like the way Kobe's looking, I mean, I personally got a problem with the way he's looking.
Like I said, I'm not even judging guys, so go ahead and move along.
All right, folks. Thanks again for tuning in, Spectator Sport. Like I said, it's your boy Ronnie Lott, the sports giant. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Let me go ahead and give the folks one quick fantasy advice for all these fools starting their fantasy leagues, and they're gonna start. I know a lot of leagues are now starting to do their drafts, and drafts are starting.
Already? How can you start drafting before preseason? And it doesn't make any sense. You don't know who's gonna get hurt. You don't know who's gonna start shining and show out. It doesn't make any sense.
They have no life.
You're hungry for. That's not. It's stupidity. Because at the end of the day, you don't have any information. That's like going to pick stocks right now, and you haven't read any articles about anything.
It's like you go to a new country and then go buy stocks in a new country with no information.
Yeah, with no information. Like, what are you doing? You have nothing yet. There is nothing. Training camp hasn't even started yet. What are you doing?
I know, right? You go and draft somebody, first overall pick. If fool get hurt second day of training camp, your whole draft is ruined.
Exactly.
Stop drafting too early. You don't start the draft until, like I say, the second or third week of preseason. Then you really get it when you down to the wire.
I think you do it a week. I think a week before the season is appropriate.
Definitely agree. Like I said, all these leagues out here with these degenerates with no life, all you doing is sitting around fantasizing about fantasy. Come on, man. Tighten up. Do something better.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
So go ahead and give these fools some tips for their addiction that they need.
Well, my number one tip this year is people, running backs. Please stop drafting these quarterbacks early in the top 5. I understand that you want Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees in your top 5, but I still think that you need to stay running back heavy and consistent because, at the end of the day, they're the one who touch the ball the most. Stick to the basics. Get your running backs early and often, and stack your team up. You have a successful season and even have a chance at the end to win the whole competition.
Folks, let me give you my Ronnie Lott, the sports jock. You know where to check me, at Ronnie Lott on Twitter. That's where you check me, or at Spectator Sport, the #1, at FUK Jobs, or at Holland Jungle. That's where to find us. So now let me tell you my tip for the fantasy geeks out there who want to be a cool fantasy player like myself. You got to be cool when you're playing fantasy. Now, when your draft is coming up, don't overthink it. You got to think about the mid to late rounds. Your most important rounds, this is where you make your money at. 5 through 12. From your 5th round to the 12th round, when cats go to sleep, that's when you do work, man. Do your work, do your research. That's when you do work. In the later rounds, you get some steals, because let me tell you, the guys that makes the difference and the guys that get you over the hump will be the steals and the finds that you find in free agency or somebody you pick up late. But everybody know we all have the big names, but you got to find that one guy. The
diamond in the rough.
The diamond in the rough. It's every year there is one. You have at least a few. You just got to get your hands on one of them.
You want to find the next Victor Cruz.
Exactly. And speaking of Victor Cruz, man, where do you think Victor Cruz will be going this year? It's a lot. If you think about it, he's close to what Wes Walker.
It depends. It depends where he's going to be playing at this year. Is he going to be playing more outside at that X or Z position, or actually obviously the Z, or is he going to be back in the slot? If he goes out to the Z, I'm not taking him until probably 4th, 5th round. But if he plays back in the slot, I think he'd go 3rd, 2nd round, because he's so deadly in the slot.
I think he has to play in the slot. I think he was such a matchup nightmare in the slot for teams. Even if they put a bum out there on the other end, opposite the monster that is Hakeem Nicks. Even if you put a bum out there and you let him work that middle, he's dangerous in that middle. Safeties, linebackers, forget about it, man. This guy killed them option routes. So I expect some big things from Victor Cruz. But like I said, this year, to me, fantasy-wise, there are a lot of guys who came on the scene last year, and it's going to be interesting to see what people think about these guys moving forward, whether or not they're going to continue on the tear that they were, or if they're able to kind of continue the same run. Like I said, Victor Cruz is one of those guys that just kind of came out of nowhere. I know a lot of people are really high on Denarius Moore. How you feel about him?
The receiver from the Raiders?
Yes.
Carson does have another year in that offense, and he likes, obviously likes to get the ball down the field, but I mean, I still won't draft Darius Moore 6th, 7th round.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's not going to be a late. It might be a late round player, but I don't think it'll be anything consistent enough to have him being taken not even the top 5 rounds. I mean, I'm probably talking about even 8 or 9.
So let me ask you this: so where is your first tight end gonna be taken? You think?
I mean, with the Gronk.
You got either Gronk or Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham, the Gronk, Vernon Davis. I'm not even Vernon Davis really, because Vernon Davis, because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Vernon Davis. Let me tell you why Vernon Davis. Because Randy Moss, Mario Manningham, and all those weapons that Alex Smith has now, you can't key on Vernon Davis no more. So Vernon Davis, I mean, obviously I'm still gonna take the Gronk and Jimmy Graham from him, but I think you're talking about as early as 2nd or 3rd round.
Definitely would not. I would want to stay away from Vernon Davis until
Well, not Vernon Davis. I said the Gronk and Jimmy Graham. Vernon Davis probably around 4th.
Those guys probably
rounder.
go late 2nd round. I say the first tight end probably comes off the board mid to late 2nd round. I think what's going to happen is you'll see a quick run on them. But I'll tell you this, man, where in the past where there was only one tight end who really made a super difference, you had really was Gates. Now you're in a league where you got tight ends putting up monster receiver numbers now.
Yeah, it's going to be, they have more of an impact than the receivers.
You gotta look at that impact and look at them differently than you did in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, man. Don't be surprised if you see Gronk come off late 1st round. Don't be surprised.
I think that would be a huge mistake.
I'm telling you, people out there
there's too many players that would be, that you can't take. I mean, that you can take before the Gronk in the late 1st round. Nah, I can see probably mid-2nd round, I can see the Gronk coming off the board easy.
What do you feel about Patriots management telling Gronk he got to tone it down a little bit? They turn down the heat on his act. He got to keep his shirt on. Stop tripping. Enough with the party. They told Gronk to turn it down. So how you feel about that?
He doesn't need to tone anything down. I mean, he's the Gronk. He takes his shirt off at parties. He dances. He dances like I don't know what he dances like, but he's a Gronk. He smashes jugs of milk. He's a Gronk. He takes pictures with porn stars. He's the man. Don't tone. Gronk doesn't need to tone anything down. They shouldn't be telling Gronk to tone anything down. We just put up 1,300 yards and over freaking 15 or something, some odd touchdowns. So I don't think that Gronk needs to tone anything down.
Tone it up, baby. That's spectator sport. We out.